that in a town right outside of Pittsburgh, a fan, after I defeated Ivan Putski, the beloved Polish power Ivan Putski, in a match about 70 miles outside of Pittsburgh, Polish country, good Polish folks. There was a fan who was sitting in the balcony. After the match, I cheated and won and defeated Putski, and I was walking back to the locker room, and this fan had got up out of his seat, and he was such a fan, he kept all of his ticket stubs as mementos to being at these wrestling matches, and he left the balcony, went downstairs, and caught up to me as I was just ready to enter the locker room, and attacked me from behind and hit me in the back of the head with such force, and he was a pretty good sized guy, with such force that it knocked me against a wall. And when I bounced off the wall, I turned around and I saw this fan enraged coming out at me. So I immediately smashed his face in, kicked him in the groin below the belt, and dropped him to his knees and beat the hell out of him to defend myself. Well, they pressed charges against me for assault. And when we went to court in this little town outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, eventually we had to go to court because I was sued for assault. And of all things, here I am, superstar Billy Graham with 22-inch pythons, and I walk in the courtroom, and the judge presiding over the courtroom had no arms. You heard me right. He had no arms. He used a pencil in his mouth to flip through the pages of the law books while we were conducting this court case in this lawsuit. And my attorney asked the defendant, I was the defendant, he asked the gentleman who attacked me, he said, "Where were you sitting, sir, when you decided to get out of your seat and attack superstar Billy Graham? And did you hit him from behind?" He said, "Yes, I did." He said, "I was sitting 2 rows from the top of in the balcony, from the top, the last row." And so my attorney said, "In other words, you got up out of your seat, left your seat in the balcony, walked down purposely through the balcony to the main floor into the locker room area and purposely attacked superstar Billy Graham." And he said, "Why?" My attorney said, "Why did you do that?" And the village idiot who attacked me said, "Because he beat Ivan Putski and he cheated to win, and I love Ivan Putski. He's my hero." And so I had to attack superstar Billy Graham. So with that statement, he just sealed his doom, and the case was closed, and the WWE gave him $2,500 and paid for his dental repair bills, because I knocked out half of his teeth when I kicked him in the face and broke a lot of broke an orbital bone, and they paid all the financial bills, and so there was a lot of anger in the beginning over me being the new champion. The night of April 30th, 1977, when I defeated Bruno Sammartino in Baltimore, Maryland, when I won that belt by cheating, there was absolutely disbelief to begin with, and then there was pandemonium breaking out. And I grabbed the belt, held it above my head to take photographs. George Napolitano, my dear friend, was there taking photographs I tipped him off that I was going to take the title, and drove down from New York to Baltimore with George Napolitano, the great wrestling photographer. And as soon as I got the photos for George holding the belt, I wrapped the belt around my hand, and there was so much pandemonium in the building, they forgot to turn the house lights on. The guy working the house lights was so irritated and upset that all the fans had closed off the aisle. There was no restraining anyway except a little bit of a rope on a cement base, and they had closed off the aisle, the exit for me to get out of the room back to the locker room. So I had to take the championship belt and wrap it around my hand and begin to twirl it like a helicopter. And on the way out, I was being punched, kicked, spit on, and someone took the time at the end of the line to urinate into a cup of, emptied the cup of beer and took the time to urinate into a cup of beer and threw the urine in my face as I made my way out. So there was complete rage over the fact that I had stolen the championship belt from Bruno Sammartino.